Hello everybody, welcome to my backyard. I'm here today with a new toy. I just picked up the Char-Broil Vertical Gas Smoker, the 600 version. This is the smaller version, and I'll get into a lot of the details. I've been looking at YouTube trying to find more information about these type of smokers, and I couldn't really find anything. I've seen manufacturer videos, but I wanted actual videos of people using it. So I'm going to be going over a lot of information about it. I did pick this up at Lowe's for $113. So I did used to have an offset smoker. It's this one right here. I used to have the smoke box right there, but I've had that grill for about close to 7 years, and after time using it, and there was a time where I was using it like 5 days a week. And then natural environment just taking a toll on it. So finally the smoke box just ended up rusting up, and I had to take it off. I still use it. I use it as a grill, and if I need to smoke something, I just offset it or push the charcoal to one side and put my meat on the other side. But I was actually looking for something more of a simpler process. That's why I picked this one up. And I basically just want to be able to set it and forget it. It takes wood chips and it uses propane. So I'm going to go up a little close and I'll get a little bit more in detail. Now my other Char-Broil grill, it has these type of handles right here. I've noticed that these do not heat up at all. So I've always been impressed with these, so I kind of like that it has this. You have the temperature gauge up in the front. I've heard bad things about other smokers if the temperature gauge on these things don't work as good. But I'm definitely going to test it out. This is my first impression. I'm going to put it to use during this weekend. You have your vent up on top. Now it does come with 3 racks. I wish it came with 5. You can actually put five racks on there. The dimensions of it, I would say you have about 21 inches of space. Say if you were to use like a hook, maybe hook some ribs up here on top, you got 21 inches of space. About 20 would be safe to say. Now crosswise, you have about 14.5, about 15 inches, because there's a little gap right here, so you can put a little bit of meat in there. So you got about 15 inches, 15.5 inches. Deep wise, 14 inches. So I mean, it's not that big of a space, but it's definitely, it's got enough space to be able to put a lot of stuff. Ribs might be an issue, but like I said, you can probably hook them up here on top from the vent. I am going to be doing ribs this weekend to test it out, and I'll actually be just cutting them in half and just stack them in there. I am going to pick up the other 2 grates, that way I can put more stuff in there. So with say 5 racks set up, you could probably fit about two halves of ribs on each one, maybe 3 depending on how you fit it, and so you get easy 5 racks of ribs right there. Now the reason why I went with this one is because for me, main thing is cleanup. Some of the other smokers that I was looking at, it had the charcoal or the wood chip box right above the burner. So right there's the burner there. How this one sits is basically you put your wood chips in here and you fill this up with water, and you would just slide this in. So that way it heats up the water and heats up the wood chips, and then provides the smoke and the moisture in the grill or the vertical smoker. But if you look at that, see how these little slides right here go down into the pan? That's like one of the most important things why I picked this one, because easy cleanup. Now all I would have to do is I could probably cover this up with aluminum foil and use it. When it's done, I just throw the aluminum foil away, and then all I would have to really do is clean up all these sides, because making barbecue is pretty messy. So that's another reason why I went with this model, because cleanup. You know, I've used so many different restaurant equipment and you know, own so many different types of grills. You know, cleanup's like a big job sometimes, especially after you do use it so much. So that's another reason why I went with that easy cleanup. And you just have your standard knob right here, off to high, and then low. This igniter, pretty easy. You just turn it. So pretty easy, plain and simple. Now the only thing that I would be concerned about, there is a slight gap between the door. I actually would probably do, I would probably put some high temperature silicone on there to kind of like keep it closed, kind of keep that heat in there. See, there is a little gap along it, and you can actually see, not a big deal. I'm actually gonna season it right now and get it ready for this weekend. So I'll be checking the temperatures and everything on there right now as I do that. And you also have your vent. Doesn't close all the way. Still has kind of a light slot there, but hopefully if we can get the door closed all the way, where none of the smoke comes out of the door, this would be perfect. Really light, looks very simple. So let's get to seasoning it. So my first testing out, I'm going to be testing it out with the factory regulator. I've heard some information on some of these regulators not doing pretty well. So if I do see that it has any issues or not getting hot enough or staying low enough, I'm gonna just install this on there. It's a high pressure adjustable regulator. I put one of these on my gas grill and it does really good. So yeah, but I am gonna test it out, see how it does, check the temperatures and everything. Now one of the reasons why I bought this is because during the summer it gets really hot. I'm talking about high 100s, 115, 120. You don't want to be outside. Trust me. I was out there so many years using my offset smoker, and it was just awful. You know, going out there, messing with the fire. You're sweating. As soon as you come out of the house, you're sweating like crazy. And this summer, I just don't feel like doing that. You know, that's why I'm getting this, so that way I can just set it and forget it, go inside, and it'll do its thing. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I bought a gas vertical smoker compared to a charcoal smoker. So yeah, I'm ditching the heat this year. Alright, so to season it, basically what I do is I just take a little bit of canola oil. I just spray the whole inside. I do this on all my grills. Right when I get them, once I put them all together, what I'll do is I'll spray it down with some olive oil or canola oil or some type of oil. And I'll just let it burn some either mesquite wood or some wood chips. That way it can give that flavor. After a while, once you start cooking food, then basically, you know, you get the mixture of everything. Like my other Char-Broil grill, the offset smoker, that thing, when you turn it on, you smell everything that I used to cook. So that's why I do this. Alright, that looks about good. Let's do it. Go ahead and turn this on. Nice big burner. So I'm gonna let this heat up, and then I'll put some wood chips in there and a couple things of mesquite. And I'll go from there. Now it's only been on for like 2 minutes, and it's already past 150 degrees. It looks like it's heating up pretty fast. I do have it set on high, but see how it does. We'll see what temperature it gets to. about 225 right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of mesquite lumps in there. See if I can get these going. And let's add a little bit of apple to the mix. My two favorite woods I like to use, mesquite and apple. I like using cherry also. Now I didn't soak these. I want that smoke to get into the oil that I put on the in the smoker. So I'm gonna just close this up and let it do its thing. Let it penetrate those walls. That way it can give it flavor. Alright, just after a couple minutes, after putting those wood chips and the mesquite chunks in there, you already start to see all the smoke coming up. That smells good. I smell it. It smells really good. Wish there was some food in there. Now we're a little bit less than 5 minutes on high, and it's already reading at past 300. So temperature seems like it can get up there. Usually if I were to use it, I'd probably want to be in, you know, low 200s, about 230, 240 ish, depending on what I'm cooking. But heat wise, it looks like it's doing pretty good. So as you can see, it does get into high temperature. If you do set it high, I do have it on high right now. So if you wanted to cook something fast, like maybe chicken or something that you normally do in the oven, this can get up to those temperatures, and that way you can cook it a lot faster and still give that smoke flavor. Now keep in mind, I did buy this for $113. It's not the biggest vertical smoker out there, and it definitely doesn't have all the technology as some of the other smokers are out there. But for $113, this is a pretty good outdoor oven. It does get up to high temperatures. You can get it a little bit lower. So what do I think about the Char-Broil Vertical Gas Smoker 600 model? I like it. It looks like it's gonna get put to use. When I first got my other offset smoker, I was putting that thing to use pretty much almost every day. If I didn't use it, it was because I had something to do and I was either out of town or doing something with the wife and the family. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be putting this thing to use. Like I said, with a couple modifications to it, it should be okay. One thing, like I said, is the sealing of the door, and then two, maybe the regulator. But for what I see right now, the regulator is doing pretty good. I did see people complaining that it wasn't getting hot enough. I seen it hit at 400 degrees. So if that's the actual temperature, I'm not sure. I'm definitely going to be buying a probe so that way I can, you know, actually get a good reading of the internal temperature of the box. But for the most part, it looks like it's doing really well. I could be able to cook up some chicken in here, try to get it to about 350 degrees and have it done within about 35 minutes, 40 minutes. But yeah, I mean, it smokes well. You know, like I said, cleanup is going to be a lot easier than some of the other ones I had seen. You know, that's always a mess. So that's the reason why I went with that one. Now that this thing's all seasoned up, guess what? I'm gonna be doing a lot of cooking, okay? Hit that like button, comment, let me know what you want me to make. I'll make it excellent. Hit that subscribe button so that we can see more videos, okay? Do me a favor, click that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.